Many businesses that rely on customers to come to places perhaps of gathering or fun or markets or weddings or parties or office gatherings have obviously felt the pain in the past 2 months as we get straight into lockdown. Of course, things are getting a little bit easier day by day, but still it is quite tough for those businesses to do well, and they have to find new ways of keeping us interested. One such business is a business called Ulanga Bar, started by a good friend of mine, Mr. Lesiba Langa. He joins us now on the line to talk to us about how things are going and what the pivot looks like for Ulanga Bar. Mr. Langa, how are you?
Hey, morning, Andile. It's very cold, so I'm having a shot of vodka just to
Oh,
warm
look at
myself
you!
up before we start the actual talk.
Hey!
Just to warm ourselves up. It's very
Oh,
cold.
lucky you. I'm going to go check my stock as well a bit later on. But let's get into it. In fact, before we even talk about how you're doing now, how did you start Ulanga Bar?
Well, in fact, this is now 8 years ago. My wife allowed me to have my own bar at my own house, and
And
we
that's a
started
rare
just.
commodity. That's
It's
not
very
easy.
rare, yes. But she loves a glass of wine or so. So I had to make compromises and make a little wine cellar for her. And I just built this beautiful bar, and then we called it Ulanga Bar. And as we started, we were always that couple that when we go to a wedding, when we go to a party, we had a little cooler box nyana, something small nyana, and friends would know that these are the guys. If you want a dash, no, call Langa, he'll have a dash for you. And it just snowballed. And I was like, one time there was about 4 or 5 friends of mine that were having a wedding in a year. And I said, you know what? Let me take care of your bar. I don't want to deal with who's pet or who's Maggie, who's got the key in her bosom that will only give me my 4-pack of beers or, one little bottle. And then you guys are, so I said, let me sort out the bar. And we started there, and it's been 8 years.
So what's the model now? I mean, I have your cup here, and just by looking at the brands that you've collaborated with over the years, Schweppes is here, Windhoek is here, Kaya 95.9 is here. It's been 8 years clearly of a lot of exploration. You've done a lot of things. Just give me a summary of that 8-year journey. And before lockdown, what was the business looking like? What is it that I would buy from Ulanga Bar as a customer?
Yeah, so Ulanga Bar then started going into markets. You'll find us at Brown Sense, you'll find us at different Sunday markets where we would normally be selling cocktails.
Right.
But also we started venturing into corporate events. So be that it would be a KFM would have an event and we'll be there serving drinks to the public. And
Right.
then we went into townships. Now that's the more interesting part, where in townships, you never got a bar. And as I said, you had us pet handling the alcohol. And that's where our biggest business was, at townships where people just don't want to stress about alcohol. There's the guy who's sorting it out and he's serving the people. And, we snowballed into that. And we then said, you know what, to be successful in this kind of industry, you also have to have your own event. So we started the Ulanga Bar Beer Festival, which was in this 4th year last year. So we're going to our 5th year this year. And that was, we brought all the people that, like a nice beverage, be it beer, be it cocktails. And we started being known for our cocktails. Our cocktails were very, if I can say, daring.
Yeah, you have some funny names as well, Langa,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah. Yeah, we had cocktails called Mavuso, Manyonyowa. We were just having fun, and that was the fun aspect of it. But people would now associate Ulanga Bar with those kind of cocktails.
And what was the support like in the markets? I mean, because a lot of people go to different markets. I know you're quite busy at Brown Sense markets and many others. But some people struggle with those platforms. How did you do? What was the support like?
I must be honest, it became a bit saturated because now everybody was now saying, okay, they can open up a bar. we had to set ourselves differently. We had to ensure our cocktails are the best of the best. And I have to brag, they are the best. I mean, you've had a couple of Mavusos and Manyonyawas before. Then we had to show the quality. You know, we had a great setup. Our guys were well trained. And, you know, that set us apart. And that's how we thrived in markets.
Then came COVID.
Yeah.
What was your initial response?
Oh, damn. Because literally everything shut down. So we no longer could do events. We no longer could do weddings. We no longer could do corporate events. We already signed to a major beverage company to handle their events and their beverages. That contract, we signed it the week before the COVID. And then they came back a week later, said, no, let's put everything on hold. We don't know how the future holds.
What were you going to do for the company? What was the partnership that you just signed?
So we were going to manage their bars for all the events. So they're a beverage company, and we were going to manage. So they'll launch a product, and we will come and do a cocktail with that product, be a tonic, be a soda water, be whatever. And we'll develop it as well, and then obviously roll it out throughout the country.
That's huge for you.
It was the happiest day of my life, but it was the saddest week of my life too, because yeah, it all came crumbling down. So yeah, we here, we seeing what we can do now. There's not much we can do because of the restrictions. So we had to come up with some new innovative ways.
Indeed, and one of those innovative ways I got at my gate the other day called the Mix Box. Tell me about the Mix Box. That was a lot of fun.
So it comes in a box like this. What we do is we give you the tools and the ingredients to make cocktails in the comfort of your home. And once you get the box, we then go in a place like a digital where we do an online class, and we take you step by step on how to make some of our famous cocktails. We're not going to give away the big ones that are best sellers, but we'll do the basics. So like, a gin and tonic. My pet peeve is seeing a lot of people do a gin and tonic and they're adding tomatoes.
Yeah, no, Baba. Mixed veg.
And they're not really enjoying it. And so we show you the basic of how to cut up the actual fruits, what to pair it with, and how to mix it correctly. And it's been 2 weeks, and it's really taken off. And people are calling us. What we love is that now we're getting people that are doing. People are now locked at home, so they're doing baby showers, birthday parties. Even corporate teams are saying, I want to do a team build for my team. Can you send me a box, some boxes? And that's what we've been doing.
So hold up. So if I run a company and I've got a few team members that want to do a social, and of course all these restrictions are happening, I could call you up. You could send boxes to my teams. We could all hook up on a Zoom type of platform, and you could run what you would do live at an office, let's say, online.
Yes. So, before lockdown, this was one of our business is that we're doing mixology classes. So we were teaching people how to make cocktails. And so that's where the idea started. And we said, okay, let's drop off boxes to people. Obviously, for now, with restrictions, we can only do it around the Gauteng area.
Region, yeah.
And we literally just drop off the box. It's got everything that you need, even a small little shaker, the measuring cups, some of the cups, and people are loving it.
So now that there's the restrictions on alcohol are no more, I guess now we're not going to have virgin cocktails like we had the other day. We're now going to have the real stuff.
Yes. So that's the exciting thing. So from next week, we will have a little bit of alcohol in there. But I'm just saying little because, how we measure it is that you get about 4 different cocktails in each box.
This is brilliant stuff, my brother. Well, I just wanted to chat to you and hear from you. I experienced the mixed box session the other night, and I thought it was a brilliant innovation, and I thought it's important that we put it out there for people to know about. How do people book you? How do people get to do this stuff for their own offices, for their friends? And like you said, those baby showers, life is still happening, and people are trying to find alternative ways to celebrate. How do we do it?
So all our details on how to contact us are on our social media pages, even our website. Our website has a form where you can fill out and your requirements there. Instagram, Ulanga Bar, Facebook, Ulanga Bar, and website is ulangabar.co.za, and they can contact us there.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have some virtual fun with your teams, with your friends, and you want the professionals to teach you how to make a real G&T, as you heard, you don't throw in all the mixed veg. There's actually a science to this stuff. Hit them up at ulangabar.co.za. Lesiba, thank you so much for your time, champ.
Thank you very much, Andile, and I'll see you soon. I need to come bring you another mix box.
I'm in. Bring it, brother.